You know, it's not smart using your relatives to fill in at work while you look for staff. You know what is smart? Going to ziprecruiter.com/MIP to hire the right person. ZipRecruiter does not depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful matching technology scans thousands of resumes, identifies people with the right skills, education, and experience for your job, and actively invites them to apply. So you get qualified candidates fast. That's why ZipRecruiter is rated #1 by employers in the United States, according to over 1,000 reviews of hiring sites on Trustpilot. What's not smart? Letting friends pick your own karaoke songs. What's smart? Using ZipRecruiter to find the perfect candidates for your company. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/MIP. That's ziprecruiter.com/MIP. Not smart? Making the lottery the centerpiece of your retirement plan. Smart, going to ziprecruiter.com/MIP today for the right candidates. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. 20 minutes before the hour. Did you know there's a prison strike going on right now? And here to talk to us about it from Incarcerated Workers.org, Brother Kevin. Kevin, good morning. How are you, man?
Yeah, good morning. How you doing?
Fine. Pleasure to have you. Tell us about this strike that's going on, man.
Yeah, so this strike been going on since August 21st. It's a national prison strike that was formed by prisoners and for prisoners, and also for those that's out here that's living in a prison mentality, slave on. We chose this date, August 21st, in the remembrance of George Jackson, this day he was assassinated. And the finish line for this particular strike is September 9th as the remembrance of the Attica riot.
So this is a strike, and the strikers are individuals who are forced to work in these prisons, correct?
No, the strikers is anyone that's in prison, that's whether you're working or not.
Okay.
Those are just against in prison slavery.
Okay. So how is the strike manifested? In other words, if people aren't actually working in the prison and they're just prisoners, how do they strike? Do they not participate in normal activities, or just explain that to us?
Yeah. So for those that's not actually working in one of these big corporations that's inside there, they have hunger strikes. Some enslavement go on hunger strikes. You have commissary boycotts, packages boycotts. So you have different tactics to attack the system, mostly financially.
Okay. And what are their demands as well?
Yeah, there's actually 10 demands. I could read them off if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Please.
So the first demand, actually, before I read the demands, this demand was written up by Jailhouse Lawyer Speaks. That's another radicalized organization that formulated the demand list that put out to the national. But the first demand is immediate improvements to the conditions of prisons and prison policies that recognize the humanity of imprisoned men and women. The second demand is an immediate end to prison slavery. All prisoners and prisons to any place of detention under United States jurisdiction must be paid the prevailing wage in their state or territory for their labor. The third demand is the Prison Litigation Reform Act must be rescinded, allowing imprisoned humans a proper channel to address grievances and violations of their rights. The fourth is the Truth in Sentencing Act and the Sentencing Reform Act must be rescinded so that imprisoned humans have a possibility of rehabilitation and parole. No human shall be sentenced to death by incarceration or severe any sentence without the possibility of parole. The fifth, an immediate end to the racial overcharge and oversentence and parole denials of black and brown humans.
Mm-hmm.
The sixth is immediate end to racist gang enhancement laws targeting black and brown people. The seventh, no imprisoned humans shall be denied access to rehabilitation programs at their place of detention. The eighth, state prisons must be funded specifically to offer more rehabilitation services. 9. Pell Grants must be reinstated in all U.S. states and territories. The 10th, the voting rights of all confined citizens serving prison sentences, pretrial detainees, and ex-felons must be counted. So this, so there's this like miss. Those are all 10 demands that they came up with, but there's this miss like connotation that it's just about some some form of rehabilitation, and that's the main thing. But it's also they just want to be treated as human rights, as you heard out. They want voting rights, they want Pell Grants, they want things that's just basic human things that we have in society that they're not being given.
Is there any Kevin quarter before the hour? Kevin, as he talks to us about the national prison strike, is there any retaliation going on against those who are striking right now?
Yeah, of course. Anything that anytime you have a resistance or uprising, there's always gonna be retaliation to those that's not participating most because the establishment feels that the ones that's not resisting are the easier ones to break. So I mean you have like the uprisings, for example, because August 21st is also the uprising in Southampton with Nat Turner. So for example, for Nat Turner's uprising, his team they got what they done to them, but it was the regular slaves and non-slaves that got it the worst because they knew they would turn on that Turner if you apply more pressure to them. That's the same that's going on with this. That a lot of pressure is being applied to ones that's not even participating, as like physical abuse or thrown in solitary confinement, your mail being messed with. So it's things like that that organizers being like they're being attacked with, but also people that's not even organizing to try
Mhm.
to dismantle everything that's going on.
Yeah, yeah. Um, this is amazing. Now, there's today is today Tuesday. There's a
Yeah.
phone zap today. What's a phone zap?
Yeah, so phone zap basically a phone zap is when you gather a group of people, as much people as possible, and you target a specific facility and you have people constantly calling in, you call in and constantly bombard them with demands and complaints.
Mm.
And event this will pay off because whatever state governs that facility is getting this the data that how many phone calls is being reported and what the complaints is about. So if there's over 200 complaints in one period of time, there has to be an immediate response to that. So phone zaps work. They're very important.
Okay, okay. So you want people to call some of
Yeah,
these facilities?
yeah. We in Iraq we send out times and places when we do phone zaps.
Okay.
I want to believe Jailhouse Lawyers does it too, but most radical organizations we send out a date and a time where we're gonna just call and everyone just calls in.
All right. So, folks, if you go to incarceratedworkers.org, you can uh, uh, see about the phone zaps and how you can get involved. There's also a strike fund to help some of these individuals who are
Yes.
incarcerated. So, and the reason I asked about workers, and you said that these aren't just people who work in prison. One of the reasons I asked about it was you all call yourselves incarceratedworkers.org. Are is it accurate to say that the philosophy is that all who are imprisoned, all are in fact workers and slaves?
Yeah, you can say they're all slaves by law, by the 13th Amendment. They're all slaves. That's in the Constitution. We say incarcerated workers. I'm informally incarcerated, so I
Mm,
know firsthand that you you cannot be idle inside prison.
right.
You're thrown in solitary confinement, so you have to work. That's mandatory. So that is correct. That everyone in there is working. There's no one not. just doing nothing, just laying in their cell, unless they're in solitary confinement.
Okay.
So it is, yeah. So you can't say they're all workers and enslaved, but it's the specific jobs that they're doing. Is that we really targeting? We're not really targeting. Like our main goal is not to target the porter jobs. That's not. That's not our main goal. Our main goal is to target the big corporations. As in New York, we have the Coalcraft industry complex. That's the main goal because that's the ones that's funding all these state buildings. Those the ones that's where the inmates is making the license plates, making lockers. So those are the main jobs that we focus in the mess hall. The ones that's bringing in the most money for the state.
And those companies that in these prisons making these workers work, they're getting cheap labor, aren't they?
Yeah, of course they're getting paid. The enslavement is getting paid about 15 cents an hour, 15 to 20 cents an hour, and they're working about 8 to 9 hours a day.
Where does that money go? How would they? Are they literally paid, or is it an in-kind type of thing?
Yeah, so this is the money goes to the Wall Street. Obviously, this money is getting funded straight to Wall Street, and they split amongst the companies that they're in business with. They have little companies, as in, so they have vendors that they have business with already. So these billions of dollars being funded there instead of the what we want, like Pell Grants and different things of that nature, that to actually help rehabilitate the brothers and sisters that's getting incarcerated.
Yeah, yeah. When I lived in Washington D.C., they had something at the University of District of Columbia called the Lorden Prison College, bruh. And people were getting college degrees while they were locked up out at Lorden Correctional Facility.
Yeah.
It was a great program, low recidivism rate. And see, that stuff is all gone now. While my brothers are sitting in the joint, they could be educating themselves so when they eventually get out, they can go get jobs, what have you, be fully educated. But a lot of these places don't have it. So there's a lot of reform that needs to happen, people. But now, let me also ask you this. Are there any institutions, facilities, state correctional facilities that are supporting this, that are not supporting, but responding to this in a positive way? Say, okay, we see you all's demands. We want to negotiate with you and meet some of those demands. Is any of that going on?
I have yet to see that.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, it would be like contrary to their way. That's like a slave master helping the slave escape.
Yeah.
So you're actually losing money by doing that.
Right.
So yeah, there could be. We will hope that there's facilities that's sitting back like, all right, let's do something, because at the end of the day, they're citizens as well. They need a job, but we all humans in this society. So
yeah,
there should be people like that. But to go back to the college thing that you were speaking on, there's a college program in one of the facilities in New York, in Eastern Correctional Facility. It's Bard College. They have a rate, recidivism rate, about less than 1% of the people that attended that college return back to prison.
Yeah.
And then and they have a debate team. This debate team, they don't like to post this. They don't share this type of information a lot. But the debate team, they beat Harvard, they beat Oxford, they beat Brown, Morehouse. They beat a bunch of top debate schools. And I've read one, I can't remember the post, but one response was that they're supposed to win because they got nothing but time to argue. And then another one was that Harvard let them win because they feel bad for them. So society's mind is so twisted that even when we are probably educated, because at the end of the day, these men, they committed a crime, they made a mistake in life. It's not like, all right, they made a mistake, now they're dumb or they're just lazy. So it's so society's mindset towards people that's in prison has to change
Yeah.
in order for the conditions inside the prison cells change.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, my brother, I'm proud of what you're doing. I'm happy for what you're doing. It needs
Yeah,
to be done. Are you feeling as if it has had some effect or that it's being effective?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of good. There's been a lot of good so far. A few of the demands have been very on me. I know in California, this is not one of the demands, but in California they took away the bail system. So I believe that's a direct cause from the prison strike that they wanted to make the initiative to change first before any other states start doing things.
Right, right.
And then we also have like out of the country support like Palestine and Canada. So I think this is actually going really well from 2016 straight.
All right, all right. Um, so, folks, we want you to go to incarceratedworkers.org to find out more about this and how you can get involved. There's a strike fund. They need money. Support these
Yeah.
incarcerated workers. Support these folk in prison. And this is not just men either. Because a lot of women in prison these days. Are women participating in this strike too?
Yeah, of course. We actually support the women's facilities as well. At one point in time, when I was incarcerated, we had a list that was actually formed by I can't remember the facility's name, but it was formed by the women's facility,
Right,
and
right.
we all supported them. So the women's the
Are
women's
doing it.
facilities actually, yeah, they work hard.
Incarceratedworkers.org, folks. Incarceratedworkers.org. Kevin, good to talk to you, man.
Yeah,
And,
thanks.
and
Thanks
thank
for
you.
having
And
me.
and so the strike is going on for how much longer? Till the 9th?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, if you need to get back on with us and need us to help organize or use these airwaves to get support for you, let us know, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, brother. Proud of what you're doing, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks for having us, and we'll continue to fight.
Yes, sir. I'm with you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, doctor. Take care of yourself now. All right.
You too.
All right, 866-99. So we're in a commercial break on the radio, and we'll come back momentarily and be live. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think what I'll do is, well, everybody on hold, just hold on. Those of you who are watching our stream will be back on a little bit later with Roland Martin and Reverend Barber on the stream. Mark Green is next from the Shadow Cabinet. Top of the hour though, right before we get Mark on, we'll get a lot of you on hold, so we'll get all of your calls in. Norm, Wendy, Lee, Jasper, and Tyrone. Pardon me. Do stay tuned. All right. Sirius XM Progress 127, Resistance Radio. Get woke and vote. Cancel Kavanaugh. You all on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, make it plain. On Instagram, Minister with 2 T's. Check us out. Watch this space. We'll be right back.